My name is Kayla and this is Kayla Makes It. I am here to share with you knitting and crochet, and today just knitting and crochet projects, but I do other stuff from time to time that I will throw in and tell you guys about. There's a glare on my glasses and it's kind of bothering me, so hopefully now that I brought it to your attention that it does not bother you. So I'm like trying to figure out which angle. Is this my good side or is this my good side? Anyway, you can find me on Instagram as kayla.makes.it. I am also over on the TikTok. I sound old, don't I? Over there on that TikTok. I am Kayla Makes It podcast over there. And so I recently started posting things over there as kind of just short little, here I am knitting and a little project update and that sort of thing. But if you like the full length chatter that I bring on my regular episodes, this is the place for you. But please go join me on those other places because it's a lot easier to interact with people than it seems to be over here on YouTube. Today we'll talk about what I'm wearing because I just got a new shirt for Christmas. I'm super excited about it. Paid $5 at Five Below, and I love strawberry shortcake, and she's just so cute. I love the heart and that it looks like a little doily heart with the ribbons. I actually just purchased a Bible cover from a shop on Etsy. I'll share that with you when it comes in, but it has like all kinds of different colors of tied bows, ribbon bows all over it, and it's so cute, and it will be great to protect my Bible. Yeah, and then as I put this on and was looking for earrings, I realized I don't have any strawberry earrings, and that's not right. That's not a good thing. So I need to make myself some strawberry earrings so I can have those in my collection. Ooh, and I just noticed my nails kind of match my shirt. I did get my nails done for like the first time this year. I usually get them done just like once a year because otherwise I can't stand them. But every once in a while I go through a phase where I'm just like, I want my nails done. I want to look at pretty nails. But now it's like getting in my way and annoying me. So they will be coming off soon. Yeah, anyway, so back to the earrings. I noticed I didn't have any strawberry ones, so I just picked some pink ones. It's probably hard to see, but they're like little star wand suckers or something. Yeah, I don't know. I got them at the charms. I got the charms at Hobby Lobby in their like charm jewelry section, and then I just stuck them on earring pieces. I have to wear stainless steel because I'm allergic to other stuff. So that is what I'm wearing. Yeah, and I have some coffee today. I put some whipped cream on top. Actually, it's a latte. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But first of all, my mug. I've been eyeing this at Books A Million for as long as they've had it out. And I'm like, I pick it up every time. Oh, that's so cute. And then I kind of have this principle, like, if I'm going to buy a mug that I love, I'm not going to pay more than $5 because you can get so many mugs for $5. So many cute mugs for $5 or less. This was like $10.99. But I opened it on Christmas morning. Well, no, Christmas afternoon because my husband had to work. Christmas afternoon from my husband. So he paid attention. He saw me eyeing it every time I went into the bookstore. And I think it's so fun. I love mushrooms. And so does the entire world, it seems. But this one reminds me of, because very like, what, 60s, 70s-ish. So it reminds me of my great-grandmas. I'm from East Central Indiana, but my grandpa moved here from Kentucky, and so we would, you know, travel there often while she was alive and visit her, and we would go in there to her trailer and spend some good quality time with her. And she was just the funniest, happiest. She was kind of a goofball, but always just so happy. She reminded me a lot of my papa, who passed away this year. But I loved her to death. And one thing I remember, I'd always go up to her cabinet and she had the biggest collection of salt and pepper shakers that you have ever seen. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. And now looking back, like, because I was like a young tween, maybe I was a teen, I can't remember, when she passed away. And so everybody in the family got to come and pick out salt and pepper shaker of hers, which, even though she had a lot, like, she had a lot of offspring. Like, my grandpa had 8 or 9 brothers and sisters. I'd have to count them all to know for sure. So there were a lot of them, and then they had kids, and then they had kids, you know. And she lived to be like 93 or 94. So like their kids had kids, you know. And so there were a lot of people to come and get a salt and pepper shaker from her. So yeah, like I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I wish I could kind of go back as a fly on the wall or something and just take it all in. And now a lot of things make sense in my life as I get older, like just the things that I collect and enjoy. It kind of like, she's not the person I expected to have not anything in common, or like, she's not the first person I think of when I think of, you know, my knitting and crochet and everything that like kind of defines who I am the most loudly, because I don't remember her ever knitting or crocheting or anything like that. She was just very like everything from scratch. She was a godly woman though. But I just, now looking back, I'm like, oh, we're a lot alike. Like if she's collecting these little trinket salt and pepper shakers, then we have a lot in common. So that's kind of a cool thing. Whereas on the other side of my family, like my great aunt knit and crochet, both my grandmas knit and crochet, my other great grandma knit and crochet. She actually made me this blanket and a pillow that's up there when I was born. Yeah, so like that was obvious where a lot of my hobbies and stuff came from. So it's really nice to think about that. And this mug, all that to say, this mug really kind of brought that back. I think our couch was like a lot of these colors. I don't know. It was just you walk into that trailer and it was just like really homey. I loved it. My coffee. Okay, that was a lot of talk. Sorry, I'm running down memory lane. I'm being very nostalgic right now. Today's my grandpa's birthday, not my papa who passed away this year, but my other grandpa who passed away a couple years ago. Today is his birthday. It's Sunday, December 29th, and he passed away on December 10th, so he's been gone 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years now. So like thinking about him and some of the things that he did, like I want to get a puzzle out because he loved to do puzzles, and it's just so much is going through, but it's all happy stuff. Like I'm not feeling sad about it. It's just like, it's really energizing me and making me feel really happy. So happy, in fact, that I might actually start crying. So we'll stop talking about that right now. My coffee is though, I just used a K-cup and then of Tactisquatch. It's a dark roast. It's so good. It's so good. Tactisquatch. It's so good. It's a delicious dark roast from Black Rifle Company. And that's another thing taking me down memory lane. Last summer we went to Missouri to visit family, and we all stayed in a house, and I probably talked about it here on this channel before, but my family all stayed in that place, and we all brought K-cups, and my brother and I kind of have like a goofy interest in Bigfoot. So I found that coffee with Bigfoot on the front, and I'm like, oh my god, this. Well, turns out it's like my favorite coffee now. So I can drink it plain, or I throw it into a latte. So the other thing, I just heated up whole milk with my Instapot milk frother. Oh my gosh, best money I ever spent. Like, I love it. It froths the milk, or you can just heat the milk or whatever, but like I make my hot chocolate with that thing. It's so good. And then I did a little bit of vanilla Torani syrup and a little bit of caramel Torani syrup because I like caramel vanilla. And I put whipped cream on top, but it melted down. And hopefully it's not going to be too sweet because I haven't made one of these in a while. So we'll give it a shot. perfection. And this is the first time I've used this mug, and the shape is very nice for drinking. Now, okay, anyway, let's move on to yarn. What do you say? All right, I have a lot of things to share with you. I feel like I have a lot. And I came prepared this time. I wrote it down in my handy dandy notebook. This handy dandy notebook I got from Dollar Tree. I have a problem with notebooks. Like, I love to buy them and then I never write anything down. So I really shouldn't have gotten this one. I should have just grabbed something else. But I thought this kind of, like, I just love the bright colors, and I don't have anything that was like this. And I kept going back. Like, I left the store. I came back to the store on another day. It was still there. So I saw it as a sign. And then once you open it up, it's like pink on the inside, and I love it. So I'm like, well, this can just be my podcasting notebook, so I can keep track of my episodes and the information I have on them. So I took notes beforehand so I know what I'm talking about, and then I hopefully won't forget anything. The first thing I want to talk about for finished objects is my grandma's hat. I may have shared it. I may not. I haven't podcasted in so long. I may not have actually shared the hat in a podcast, but I did share it in the last video that I uploaded maybe Thursday or Friday, and that was the yarn haul video. Oh, and this one is just going to be like finished objects and works in progress, because the yarn, I had so much of it that I got like gifted to me from birthday and Christmas and all of that, that I just felt like it would make this episode way too long, so I put it in a separate one. So if you want to pop over and watch that, if you haven't seen it yet, there's lots of good stuff in there, lots of good stuff I do recommend. And I will try to, I haven't figured it out, but I also haven't tried to figure it out yet, how to link a video within the video where you can click on it. So I will try to do that. At the very least, it will be linked in the description below. So the cabled hat, I don't know where I went with this. The cabled hat that I made for my grandma, I did share it in another video. I did like a 1 episode Vlogmas on Christmas Day. I just took some footage. It's got music over top, like I'm not even talking, and it's literally less than 3 minutes long. If you want to see that and see a little bit with me and my grandma on that hat, I will also link that down below. Yeah, next year, if all is better than it was this year as far as being prepared for things, I'm trying to plan ahead. I would like to do Vlogmas, so that's a whole year away though. But yeah, that's all I have for this year, is just that short video. But anyway, so I did share that a little bit in that, but I will share a couple pictures here so you can see my grandma's cabled hat. I used the pattern Catherine's Cabled Hat. I did access it on Ravelry. Oh, guys, I'm also on Ravelry as Kayla1 Pearl 1. I knew I forgot something. And for this hat, I use K&C Knit and Crochet Essential Wool in the color Peacock Feather. And I used 2 and a little bit of a 3rd ball of this wool. And I did pick this up at Joann Fabrics, so that's cool, like that they have wool. And it's very like springy, stretchy, springy, and I really enjoyed knitting with it. And I thought the hat came out beautiful, and you can see the cabling very nicely. When the hat is not on, it kind of springs together and you can't see the cable real well, but when the hat is on, it's just so beautifully visible. And there's a lot of like a purple color at Joann's right now, and I'm really trying to hold back on going to buy it. They are also having a good sale right now, so I'm tempted to go get it just because I would love to make another one of these hats with this yarn in a different color. The purple's gorgeous. There's also like a mustard yellow, but I just think that purple would be so pretty. Anyway, that pattern, Catherine's Cabled Hat, is free. I accessed it on Ravelry. I will say that I found a couple mistakes, I believe probably on round 38 and 39. And I do have a project page on Ravelry of this hat, and I think I noted what I did. But you can also look at other people's project page on this hat, because they said what they did when they found the error. And that was actually helpful for me, because I just kind of did what some of them did. Some of them did a little different things, and I reflected what I ended up doing in my project page. Because like with the cable pattern, the stitches just didn't line up very well. So I kind of wrote out what I did with 38 and 39. And then, but other than that, like the rest of the pattern was done very well. And it's really, really nice in that yarn. And it was a size 4 yarn. In the content, all that information is on my Ravelry page, but I believe it's superwash merino wool, 100%. Okay, and my grandma absolutely loved it. Like, she cracks me up. We went out shopping the weekend before Christmas, and I took her around to the grocery store, and I dragged her along to Hobby Lobby and Joann's and all my favorite stores, and we would be in line, and let me tell you, she's completely deaf, like 100% deaf. But she never learned sign language. She lost her hearing very late in life. Not very late in life. It's probably my entire childhood that I can remember. She hasn't been able to hear. But she can read lips pretty well. She can't see as well as she used to, so reading lips is a little more difficult. But she has no problem reading my lips, so we get along great. But sometimes she talks a little loud. Not all the time, but sometimes when she's getting really excited about something, she kind of forgets about everything around her. So we were in line, and there was a lady in front of us who was wearing like a knitted hat, but you could tell it was like a store-bought knitted hat. And my grandma was like, "Oh, look at her hat. She's got a really pretty hat." And I was like, yeah, she does. And I know the lady in front of us could hear. And then she goes, "I like my hat better." And I was like, oh no, I hope she didn't hear that part, which I'm pretty sure she did. So that was kind of an awkward situation to not be able to be like, ma'am, this is why she likes her hat better, because her beloved granddaughter made it for her, not because your hat is bad. Because her hat wasn't bad. It was really pretty. So anyway, she loved her hat. And so she kept seeing all kinds of hats, especially the store-bought ones, where she was like, now see, you just can't get good quality for that price. That's just too cheap, and mine's way better. And so like she's just so knitworthy. It was awesome. So the other finished object I have, and I don't have this one written down in my notes because I'm hardly considering it a finished object. I need to weave in the ends, but I've been sitting on this project probably since this past February, and I'm ashamed to say it. This was another project that I worked on when I was like visiting my grandpa and stuff like that, so it kind of went on the back burner a lot, like those baby blankets had. But I finally picked it up, and I did this in Stockinette stitch, which I love the look of, and I did use large needles, so like it's really holey. And then of course, being Stockinette, it rolls up. And this is a gift for someone. So I'm like, do I gift it? It ends up so skinny. There's holes in it, so it's not going to be super warm. It is an acrylic blend, so it's not going to be as warm, I would think. But if you look at it as this will be a cute accessory, I think it would be nice for that. And I think that the colors are very pretty. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see it a little bit better there. And this is out of the Chromatic Spectrum. That might be a Yarn Bee. I know I got it at Hobby Lobby. It might be Yarn Bee Chromatic Spectrum. The project page has the exact color, but it's like navy all throughout, and then it's got like a rainbow transition around. It's very pretty. What do you guys think? Should I go ahead and gift it, even though it's wanting to curl and do that? Or should I make her something different? I can frog this. I have another skein where I could knit or crochet up something different. I don't know. You guys let me know. Is this something that someone would like to get? I don't know. So that's why that one was on hold. Okay, other thing I have is also a gift knit, and this is also a work friend. Any more caffeine? This is also a gift knit for a friend at work. This, I didn't use a pattern. I started to make another cable hat and then I decided against it. Oh gosh, what is in my eyes? I think the fuzz from the yarn got in my eyes or something. So I really like the way this turned out. I did a 2x1, 2 knit, 1 purl border, edge. Why can't I ever think of what that's called? And then I knit in the round stockinette. I think I cast on, all the information is in the project page on Ravelry, but I think I cast on 96 stitches. This is an Aran weight. And then I ended up doing random decreases that I thought would work. Now I did try to also make this like the zoom hat. So once I got to the decreases, I tried it on, like I had it finished and I tried it on. I'll show you some pictures of it on. I just didn't think that it looked great with this yarn. I felt like I could do something a little better with this. So then I was really picturing just kind of a nice snug-ish fit. And so then I kind of got this shape. And I don't know if I can get it on. My hair's not going back up, I guess. But I thought this looked a lot better than having like, you could see the decreases up like right here or here, because it was like an X shape that I had created. So it started like the zoom hat, only I tried to make an X instead of the 3, because the zoom hat is like 3 sections of decreases. And so this one, I really just knit 5 stitches, decrease, knit 5 stitches, decrease, and wherever they ended up is where they ended up. And it kind of looks intentional. I'm gonna block it, and maybe that'll get rid of some of the I don't know what you call it, the unevenness on the top. But I kind of like the effect that it gave. And so I just literally did that type of decrease until I got down to like 8 stitches, I think, and then sewed it together. And this is like an Aran splatter yarn from Cascade Yarns, and I really, really like it. Hopefully she does too. I'm gonna go after my hair clip because I need my hair up. Okay, I'm back. Now the next one is a hat for my granddaughter, because I started this hat for my friend at work who, the last hat I showed you is actually for now. Like the last hat that I made, just that I showed you, was one that I had to make after this hat didn't work out because I didn't cast on enough stitches. And so it ended up being itty bitty. It's so little. Like it'll stretch, but it just would be too small. And this is out of Malabrigo Arroyo in the color Talisman. It is so pretty. And I believe they carry this yarn and color still. And it's a little one. And this is, I made this in the zoom hat pattern. And so you get the 3 decreases on top, but it doesn't look bad with the 3. It looked bad with the 4th decrease, making a cross or an X, however you want to look at it. But I really love this. I think I did change the border from the original pattern. I used a 4x4 rib, which I really like the look of for this hat. Yeah. So once the grandbaby's here and she grows into this hat, I'll share it again. Also on my project page. Did I not bring the other one? Oh, I was looking all over for this. I need that. It's my stroll for my other project. Okay, maybe it's in here. Got other yarn hiding. I just got this. I love this yarn, so I picked up more of it. Okay, that's not it. That's a whip. That's a whip. Okay, I already had it in a little gift bag because it's ready to go and give to my friend at work. My quad. So on this one, I did a zoom hat. I really enjoy, this is like such a fast pattern, especially if you use larger yarn. And the decreases, everything. It's just so simple because it's stockinette. And I use Heartland. Lion brand Heartland. It's an acrylic yarn for this one. And I forget the color name right offhand, but it is in the Ravelry project page. And I thought this one turned out great as well. And for this one, I did a 4x4 rib as well. So I think that'll be nice. This one is a little on the bigger side. She's got thicker hair, so that way it won't smush her hair down too much. Okay. Now I think that's all my finished objects. Now we'll move on to works in progress. I am so very close to finishing this towel. This is also a gift for a friend at work. And I had a little bit done the last time I showed you. It is, it's super quick and easy. I just haven't been working on it because I just haven't felt like it. But I was here last time and I did get through all of this down here, I think. Or maybe I was here. Why is this here? That's so random. Maybe I was here and I just kept that in place. Now I can't remember. Either way, I've either done this much or this much since I last saw you guys. And it does look a little wonky the way it's been sitting. It should be even, but it looks a little odd in some places. So just to kind of give it that more finished look, I'm literally so close to being done. Like I have this much more, or past that design element. So I literally have probably like 2 or 3 rows to go. And then I think I'm going to do like a reverse single crochet border around the whole thing to just give it that really nice finished look. Because I think I actually may have made a mistake through here now that I look at it. So yeah, it looks a little bumpy right there. Anyway, I will be finishing that soon. I actually got a calendar to organize my projects that I want to make so that I can be more intentional with what I actually get made in the year, because I don't want to get distracted by certain things, knowing that I have other plans to make things that I've really wanted to make. So I bought the calendar to dedicate to my projects, and this hat and this towel are on my calendar to finish today. I finished this last night, so I'm ahead of schedule. And I'm trying to give myself some leeway and not like really impossible deadlines to make, because one, deadlines are no fun, especially if we're doing this stuff for enjoyment, but also there are days that I don't feel well, and sometimes, most of the time, my not feeling well is just like I can't be super productive doing a bunch of different things, but like I can sit and knit and kind of do that in between stuff. But then there's other days where I'm like, I can't even move, my skin hurts kind of days, and the movement of stuff like that hurts my skin. It's hard to explain. I'm putting it in a calendar, and hopefully that will keep me on track, but I also want to be flexible with it. So it's looking good for this, and I'm hoping that this will look even better once I put that border on it. So I would like to gift this before I record again. So you may not see it in another video, but I will take some good pictures so that we can see the final product. But I really like how it's working out. This has taken 2 skeins of I Love This Cotton, and I believe it's the Prince. Prints, not like royalty prints. I don't know why you would think that. Anyway, it's super soft. The colors I think are great. It's this, I think it's called teal prints, but it has that nice color change where it goes from light to dark to light to dark. So this relatively simple kitchen towel is has a little bit more to it because this yarn is not just one solid color. So that was nice. And back to the main part, it's just like, this is a half double crochet and single crochet alternating. And then when you get to the other, going back the other way, oh, it's raining. When you go back the other way on the row, it's like half double where you single crocheted and single crochet where you half doubled. So it makes that kind of nice little stitch. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I thought that went my coffee. It was teasing me. It kind of hovered over top, I guess. I better drink this down. Gotta protect the yarn. Okay. Oh, and the other part, this little design element that I put here, it's literally just alternating front post double crochet and back post double crochet. And then when you go the opposite direction, wherever you front post double crocheted, you back post double crochet. That way the ridge stays together. And I did that 1, 2, 3 rows. And I did it the same on this side too. So that is that one. Oh, I do have the thing here. Yes, it is I Love This Cotton print. And it is the color. Are we going to focus? Probably not. Teal. Guys, also for 2025, I am going to invest in a better camera. I have to. I don't like using my phone all the time. Plus, I'd like to be able to use my phone while I'm recording. Ooh, I gotta touch that again, change the lighting. Okay. Yeah. I want a better camera. The next work in progress. I'm so excited about this one. You probably haven't seen this yet because I started it 2 days before Christmas thinking that I would have it done before Christmas. No, I didn't actually think that I would have it done before Christmas. This is a hat from my brother. Sorry, my nose itches. You guys see this every time I record, but I stir up this fuzz and it tickles my nose, and like the slightest tickle on my nose, I'm like, nope, can't have it. So our heat just kicked on. Hopefully that's not too loud. But I'm making a Bigfoot hat for my brother. It is called Believe in Yeti. It is a pattern I purchased through Ravelry, and I can't remember the designer's name right offhand, so I will make sure it is included down below or on the screen or somewhere. And it's in fingering weight yarn. And the reason I'm only as far as I am now is because I started it holding the yarn double, which I should have known would end up making it way too big. But I was really concerned that this would be too small following the pattern exactly. because the designer said that it would fit a head circumference of 20 inches. And my brother's head, we measured, and it's almost 23. And I'm like, oh no, I don't think that's gonna work. So I tried it holding double, made it way too big. So I frogged that and started it over with the fingering weight yarn, just the one strand, but I'm using larger needles, like one size larger than the pattern calls for. So it's gonna be a little more, it's not gonna be as tight. And I'm a bit of a loose knitter. I don't know, I would say, I don't know if average is the word, but like I'm not tight and I'm not loose. Like I think I have a pretty good tension. So that mixed with going up a size on the needles, I think that it will fit. So I stopped by his house yesterday. It only had about 1.5 inches of the border or the ribbing completed. So I put part of it on string to not lose my stitches, which by the way, I didn't put enough on it and ended up losing my stitches anyway, and it took forever to fix. But I got past my 1.5 inch ribbing yesterday and finished the rest of the ribbing. So this is another modification I'm making. It said to go to 1.5 inches and then start the regular pattern of the hat, but I've extended it to, I think I got a full 2 inches, because on the picture, the pattern picture, it looked like it was kind of like on the top part of her ear, and I really wanted it to cover more of the ear. So I thought, well, that will help with the sizing as well, I think, if I make this bigger. So I went to the 2 inch border. And now I'm into the color work. And oh, I also have a Bigfoot stitch marker. This was just a charm I picked up at Hobby Lobby and made, and I love a good theme. And so I'm also putting it in this bag because I thought it went with it pretty well. Kind of gives like a hiking kind of vibe, I think. So I've got the ribbing done, and I did a 3x1 rib. The pattern calls for 3x2, I believe. And I did 3x1 because I think I just like the look of that better. I don't know, I go through stages. And then now I'm following the pattern exactly. And so I just have a little bit of the green in, and last night just started incorporating the blue. And I'll pop a picture in the designer's pattern picture so you can see what I'm working on. So, funny thing, well, I'll get to that because I can't ever like just get to the point, but we never exchange gifts. Like, even our kids, like our youngest, or my son's youngest is 10 and my youngest is 12, but like we're past exchanging gifts, but I don't listen. So I made my dog wants in or something. I'll be right back. Okay, my dog wanted in. So I made my niece a hat and my aunt a hat, and I didn't make my nephew a hat. I recently, well, not recently, oh my gosh, it's been probably several years, but I think he still wears it, like a hunter's orange hat, and I'll probably make him one before next hunting season. And then I have the intentions of making my brother this hat, and I'm gonna make myself one of these hats because it's just, I love it. And only I may make mine in bright colors. That's so not Bigfoot, but it would be me. Anyway, so I had made theirs, and then I'm like, I waited too long. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna get this done. So I found, we have this store called Buyer's Market, and it's, we actually did a Buyer's Market gift exchange at Christmas where we had a $5 limit, and you just go in there, and it's a bunch of stuff that like the regular stores couldn't sell, so it goes to them and it's like highly discounted. And then on top of their discounted price, then they usually have like 30 to 90% off of that price. But also when you go through it, like there's a lot of junk. Like it's the stuff that didn't sell in the store. But also people have rummaged through it so much that it's like some things are broken and falling apart and things are open. So when you go there, there's definitely things that you don't mess with. You don't touch. Like I don't do anything with their, you know, edible things like food, candy, coffee, that sort of thing, and makeup products and stuff like that. Anyway, but it was also kind of like gonna be a white elephant type funny gift exchange. So we did that, and I found a trash can, not used, that I put in it. And so yeah, so I found like this nice little, it's a little trash can with like the foot lever, and it opens up, and it was white, and it was actually like, and I think it came from Target or something. And so I got that. So it was like, you go, you try to find the best thing you can for $5. So it's kind of like a scavenger hunt when you're shopping too. So it was fun. Anyway, while I was there, I found this Bigfoot sippy cup, missing the straw that goes with it. And I ended up getting it for like 20 cents because it ended up being 80% off. So I got it, and I stuck a card in it, like not even a regular gift card, like just like a piece of paper card. Actually, it may have been like an old receipt or something. I can't remember exactly. But I said, your Christmas present is not done yet, something to that effect. But this cup is a clue to what you're getting. So that's all I was going to do. But as we stayed there a couple hours and we were talking about things, I decided to show him what was coming. Because then I thought, well, what if he doesn't even like it? Like, this is going to take a while. So I showed him, and he was like, what? No way. I think he thought it was really cool. He was like, you can't make that. And I'm like, what? What? Yes, I can. And he was like, prove it. So he was like, he was joking, of course. And I didn't realize he was joking until he said, prove it. So he wants me to make the hat. So he knows what he's getting. I think he's excited about it. And I'm going to try to finish it as soon as possible. That way he can actually wear it this winter. Although with it being a thin hat, he can probably wear it well into the spring. And so that'll be nice. Yeah. So this is what he's getting. And yep, if I haven't already, I'll pop in the picture so you can see what the hat is. And then next time, imagine like a black hat with bright pink yarn or something that is the Bigfoot shape, or the Bigfoot foot shape or something. I don't know. We'll see. After this video, I'm actually going to probably start some laundry. I'm caught up with the dishes. And then work on this. My other project that I'm just having so much fun working on. You have kind of seen my struggle a bit, I think, as I was ordering the yarn and not sure if I got the right kind of yarn and all of that. Because I did start out with Cascade Heritage yarn for my birthday cast on. I am making the Bean and Olive Grownup, a sweater by Andrea Mowry. And I always have to look at it because I always want to say olive and bean. And then I'll say, no, it's bean and olive. No, it's olive and bean. And then I can't remember. So I wrote it down so I wouldn't mess it up. But I am making it out of this Swish DK from Knit Picks because I started with Cascade and it was just, it was DK, but it was too big. It was more like a worsted. And then I'm using this. And I don't know if I caked up, because I have two of these. I can't remember if I caked up the second one or not. And if I didn't, I need to go find it because it's not handy. And I can't be losing my yarn. But this is from Super Glow Fibers. And I believe, here's my thingy. I love the colors they use, the bright colors. The tag's so pretty. It's from Super Glow Fibers. And It is their Boucle Bliss, Boucle Bliss base, and it is a DK weight, and it's 100% superwash merino, and it is in the color Luna Moth. And here it is all caked up. So especially beautiful. My husband picked this out for me. So did my daughter. And I have finished the neck and have started the increases. And this is what it's looking like so far. And I have to say, as I'm working this up, there is a lot of white that is becoming visible. But I think once I get to the larger parts where this yarn is going to show through more, I'm going to get more of that color. And it's funny because I get to working through here. Here's a little bit more pink and stuff. But as I get to working, I see what goes behind, and I'm like, oh no, look at all that color that lands behind. And I'm sure there's a way to make sure that you get what you want, maybe. I don't know. I just assume that someone's found a way to do that. But I haven't. I'm not. These are really my first experiences with color work like this. And so I don't know how to do that yet. So, but I'm watching this grow, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be so cute and comfortable. And I am using silicone beads that I picked up from Dollar Tree as my stoppers. It came in a larger pack. And then my beginning of round marker is a cute little, oh, it matches my nails. It's a cute little sparkly mushroom. So yeah. And I just learned the German twisted cast on, and this pattern actually calls for it, and I really love the way that looks. It's such a nice smoother look. Like, it's not even blocked yet, and I feel like it looks really nice as compared to doing just a long tail cast on like I've only ever known how to do, and it always looked very uneven. So that is what I have done, and I really think that that is all I have to share with you guys. I've been up to a lot of making and a lot of yarn acquiring, a lot of planning for the next year. So very excited about that, because I have projects that I've really been dreaming about working on that I just somehow didn't have time for this year. So I want to be more intentional with my stash and the projects that I have planned and stick to those. So with that being said, I think I'm going to end on that. I'm going to start that laundry and knit some. But my husband also went to the bookstore today, and he picked me up 2 books. So I may start one of those here in a little bit too. All right. Well, you guys have a happy December, the rest of the year, and a very happy new year. It will be the new year before you see me again. So this is the last video of 2024 for me. Yeah. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.